I'm Sharon Betters, and this is the Daily Treasure Podcast, and you are joining us for our series, Treasures Along the Way. And if you are just joining us, these are blog posts, actually, that I wrote a number of years ago, which are reminding me of God's faithfulness in the mundane moments of life. And I hope that as you listen, you will be encouraged, not only by God's word, but also maybe you want to start keeping a gratitude journal where you write down words that are frankly monuments to the faithfulness of God. Put a date next to them, and 5, 10, maybe 20 years from now, you'll find that journal, and they will remind you, those words will remind you that God was faithful in ways that you thought you would never forget. And yet, this journal is reminding you of those precious moments. And so today's devotional is called Becoming a Mother-in-Law of Grace. And today's treasure is from Proverbs 15:14. The discerning heart seeks knowledge, but the mouth of a fool feeds on folly. I try hard to be a mother-in-law our children enjoy having around. I thought I had a pretty good handle on my role, but a very godly, wise woman farther along in life's journey recently showed me the meaning of sacrificing self in respect of a deeper bond than mother and child. Her 55-year-old son was dying, and his wife was speaking to us about some of his final wishes. We could tell that one was particularly troubling to his mother. Chuck asked her, "What do you think about this? I have a feeling you have a pretty strong opinion that's different from his." She paused and then smiled as she responded, "I could have an opinion, yes, but I'm not going to." There was nothing in her tone that communicated anger or her desire should have had a greater influence. She had already expressed her concerns to her daughter-in-law and her son, but now it was time to let her son and his wife have the final word. Her reply indicated her heart's desire to remove any unnecessary stress from her daughter-in-law, who would soon be a widow. What a gift she gave to her son's wife. I couldn't help but think of the many women who refuse to recognize the primacy of the marriage relationship, who will not keep quiet when decisions should be the responsibility of her child and his or her spouse. During a few minutes alone with this precious mother, I commented on her daughter-in-law's earlier description of her singing and talking to her son as he lay in a coma. She quietly shared, "I told him he has run a good race, fought a good fight, and walked the path of faith. He has finished well." I couldn't stop my tears as I said, "I picture you giving birth to your son 55 years ago. And just as you delivered him into this world then, you're now helping usher him back to heaven. What a gift you are giving by transforming your grief into a chariot that is helping carry your son into the presence of God." Oh, thank you, precious friend, for showing me how to live out God's sovereign love, even when delivering a child into the arms of God. Being a mother-in-law can be challenging. Perhaps the biggest challenge is knowing when to speak and when to be quiet. My husband Chuck reminds me that I have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. God designed me to listen twice as much as I talk. My sisters call this the duct tape chapter of life. With my friend, may we learn to say, "I could have an opinion, but in this moment, I am choosing not to." And oh, Father, thank you for this precious, precious mother, this precious mother-in-law who taught me so much in those few moments. And I pray, Lord, that you would help us to know when to say in our hearts, "I could have an opinion, but I'm choosing not to." Knowing that it's not for us to say, it's up to our adult children to make decisions together as husband and wife. Friends, it's possible that you are not looking forward to 2024 because you know that it's going to be a hard year. Or maybe 2023 was a hard year where you learned so much about yourself and about Jesus and about the scriptures, and you want to be that person who comes alongside another person and shares some of the treasures that God has given to you. And so I want to encourage you to check out my book, Treasures of Encouragement. Go to treasuresofencouragement.org where you can learn more about it. It's written for individuals. It's also written as a small group Bible study. And I know that thousands of women across the world have studied this little book It's amazing to me that God is still putting into the hands of people across the world. And so there is a leader's guide to help with a small group study. And we have packed this website with free resources to supplement Treasures of Encouragement, as well as videos of women who share their own encouragement stories. So make sure you go to treasuresoфencouragement.org to check it out and be intentional about encouraging someone today. I'm Sharon Betters. Thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to being with you tomorrow.